Life is meant to be enjoyed, and taking a second to actually stop and connect with what you're doing will allow you to feel less robotic. Recently, I realized that I was constantly moving through life at a certain speed. I would be doing my hair really fast, I'd do my makeup really fast, I'd be brushing my teeth with like excessive speed for absolutely no reason. And it hit me one day when I was brushing my teeth, and I was like, why am I rushing through this? It hit me that I needed to slow the F down in so many areas of my life, because the small things that I would often find joy in that would make me happy no longer did that for me. So, if you are like me and you can get caught up in the rush of things and the chaos, and you want to start slowing down, being more conscious of your actions and connecting to what you're actually doing, then keep watching. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Chelsea, and on this channel, we like to discuss everything self help, self improvement, and just becoming the best versions of ourselves to live happy, fruitful lives. So, jumping right in, step one to not rushing through life is to prioritize the journey and not the destination. Okay, I'm sure we've all heard this through everything when we talk about our goals or our career or whatever it might be, that the journey is more important than the destination. But I think we should also actually take this into consideration for many things that we do in life. For me, I know specifically I was constantly rushing through my routines to get to an end result. In the morning, I'd be rushing through my morning routine so I could say that I did it to check off a box so I could start like get to work really quickly. Or I'd be rushing through my shower routine and my self-care routine to say that I showered and now I can go to bed. But I realized I was doing things wrong when I realized there was no more fun in it for me. I am someone who loves self-care. I'm obsessed. I like have many products that I love to use, and I got to the point where I wasn't even doing my like everything showers anymore with the same like fun and care and romanticizing the routines. I was just doing them to check off a box because I was so focused on the destination instead of, okay, instead of, the end result being I am clean and I'm showered and I feel really, really good. I can start focusing now on the actual process of, taking care of my body. That is what would make it fun for me. And I was just completely throwing that out the window. Especially in the mornings, like with your routine and stuff, I created a specific routine for myself because I know what will allow me to feel invigorated. I know what will allow me to feel good when I start my day. And instead of me tackling that routine or approaching that routine with the idea in mind that it'll allow me to feel really good throughout the day and set the tone for the day, I felt like, okay, instead of me reading 10 minutes in the morning, I'm just going to read five. Or like, I don't really care to do affirmations this morning because I need to just like get to my destination. And that was not the point of the things that I created. Take the time to look at the space around you and look at all of the abundance that you have, because when you really do take a second, life is beautiful. And I feel like because we're always rushing through things, we don't always acknowledge that, and we don't always get to see the beauty. Even on my walks, like my nature walks, I would sometimes like speed walk to just say, okay, I walked for 30 minutes, I walked for 45 minutes, and just get in and get out of the park. But I have to remember I am on this walk to be able to look at nature, to be able to smell the fresh air, to listen to the birds. And yeah, just really taking a second to slow down and not think about the end result, but enjoy the journey of getting there. Stop treating things like tasks and start treating them like things that you have a privilege to enjoy. And this is why I love to tell people, romanticize your life and make things fun. Make things so fun for yourself. You need to ask yourself sometimes, why am I doing this actual thing? And I had to ask myself this with the morning routine, for example. Am I doing this to say that I did it, to look a certain way to other people, or because it actually impacts me and makes me feel better? Now, step two to stop rushing through life is to stop confusing progress with speed. If you are running incredibly fast in one place, but you're not moving, you're just moving really fast. You're not getting anywhere. And if you were like me, rushing, rushing in general makes you anxious, makes you very forgetful, and just kind of overall stresses you out. Like, I genuinely cannot remember one time where I was rushing to do something and it turned out good for me. I have left my house and forgotten important documents. I've forgotten my ID. I have left my lunches. Just like so many different things. Or even rushing through tasks, for example, like if I have an email to send or multiple emails to send, and I know that I have so much to do, I will rush through those emails. Who's typing typos? Me. Absolutely me. And I've done it on several occasions. Speaking of, actually, I made a TikTok the other day. This is maybe 3, 4 days ago. And I had a typo in it. And I didn't realize till the day after I posted it, and it was too late. It's already out there in the world, and I'm sure people can see it. No one has said anything, thankfully, but I'm sure people have noticed it. And it's just like, if I hadn't rushed that video, if I just slowed down in general and focused on completing the tasks that I had, the mistakes wouldn't be made. It's like, would I prefer to do something really quickly and do it poorly, or take my time with it and have it be really good? Doing something fast, getting something done really quickly isn't always the most important thing. Get it done properly. Get it done properly. Yeah, save yourself the time of having to redo things or having to explain yourself, or just fix your mistakes. Just slow down. Okay, step 3 to stop rushing through life is to engage your senses. This one I think is a bit fun. It's a bit cool. It's a bit, like spicy. Because I find there's beauty in everything, and we don't always acknowledge how beautiful life can be, how much we can experience. Now, this can apply to so many different things, like doing art, watching something invigorating, eating your favorite dish. For example, when I say engage your senses, think about the entire experience of something. So if you're about to eat a meal that you know you love, let's say it's dumplings. I'm obsessed with dumplings. I'm about to eat some dumplings. Instead of me just sitting there and trying to consume the dumplings as quickly as I can because I know the taste is good, take a second, smell the food in front of you, look at the presentation of the food. Like, when you're actually eating it, like, what is the texture like? What does it actually taste like on your tongue? Like, take a second to actually engage with your other senses and create full experiences with what you're doing. We are so blessed. We're so lucky to be able to have life. And I think to be able to sense so many different things and experience the world so vividly, do yourself a favor and actually take the time to smell what flowers smell like outside, to actually look at the nature around you. If you're listening to music, like, put on some headphones and take a second to actually listen to every beat that they have in that song. Tune into how things make you feel, different senses make you feel. What textures do you really, really like? What scents make you feel calm or make you feel excited? There are so many different things we can get to experience if we actually just take the second to acknowledge that we have that privilege in the first place. Like I said, life is meant to be enjoyed. I don't want us just continuously running through life, speeding through life. And before we know it, we get to a place where we aren't able to do the same things that we used to do. And we regret not fully immersing ourselves in those experiences to begin with. Okay, step 4 to not rush through life, and it's our final step, is to rest. And if you're thinking, well, duh, I know this one is very obvious, but things are definitely easier said than done. I'm specifically speaking to myself here when I say you have to intentionally set time for rest, or it's not going to happen for you, especially if you are someone with a busy schedule. And I know sometimes it can almost feel like a chore. Rest can feel like something we don't have time for because there's just so much to be done. But ask yourself, would you rather schedule when you get to rest, choose when you actually get to rest, or have your body almost burn out and choose for you at a more inconvenient time when you need to rest? Now, I want everyone to say it with me. Rest is productive. It's so productive. It's so important. How are you going to be able to properly execute any tasks? How are you going to properly be able to show up as your fullest self for your friends, for your family, for yourself if you're running on 30%? I know for me, I cannot perform properly in life in general. I am not as bubbly. I am not as open or talkative if I am tired. And I have so many things that require me to have good energy. For example, this YouTube video, I can't come on here and be monotone. Well, I can, but it's like, I'd prefer not to do that. And I'd prefer to show up as myself and feel really good about what I'm saying and how I'm coming across. Rest is how we reset. Rest is how we refill our cups so that we can flourish, so that we can thrive in every situation. All in all, honestly, I think the inspiration for this video came because I am working on a pretty demanding project at the moment. And I noticed for the past 2 weeks, I feel like I've been all over the place, very chaotic, haven't been tuning into my routines as much and just rushing through things because there is so much to get done. But I got to a point a few days ago where I was like, it's not cute, it's not fun. I'm not having a good time doing these things, and the things that would bring me joy were no longer bringing me joy, and they felt like chores. And I said, this has to change. Life is so much more enjoyable and beautiful when you actually just take a second to take a beat. And like I said, we are not here to just complete a bunch of tasks. That's not what I believe. Maybe that's what you believe, but I don't think we're here to just complete a bunch of tasks and not enjoy life, or only enjoy life when we've hit certain milestones. There is beauty in the everyday, but we're not going to be able to see that beauty. We're not going to be able to experience it if we don't take a second to slow down and acknowledge what we're doing and connect with what we're doing. I encourage you all to find somewhere in your life where you can slow down, take a pause, really connect with yourself and the task that you're doing, to romanticize your life a bit more, to really enjoy what you're doing. Anyways, my loves, thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. I believe in you. You're doing phenomenal. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.